Salute.
Hey,
I'm here with Odoamne,
Odoamne.
and he plays for Cloud9 Europe, and they just won the first Challenger series. So going into this series, I heard from people from scrims, NIP is supposed to be like really, really tough, but you guys didn't really play them in scrims at all?
Yeah, like we didn't play them, like we didn't want to reveal any of our strategies, and like we didn't really want to know their strategies. Like we just wanted to go into this game and impose our playstyle and like get the game rolling.
Did you hear the same thing? Did you think that they were supposed to be really strong?
Yeah, like they just proved like they played Challenger series and a lot of amateur tournaments, and they like went really great. Like they pretty much beat everyone. Like we expected to be like a tough competition, but we pulled out all right.
You're the top laner. You played Trundle both games.
Yeah.
Everyone who I interview always tells me, "Oh, Zoro is like the best top laner in all of Europe." What did you think of him in this series?
He played really good. Like actually, his Mundo was really good, and like he stood up to me, and like the Trundle was like just a counterpick to his Mundo. So I think he did all right.
What makes Trundle so good against Mundo?
The thing is with Trundle, like if the game goes to late game, he can just ulti Mundo and get all his regen, resistances, and pretty much everything. And like Trundle's pretty much, in my opinion, I think he's better late game than Mundo. Like he has more teamfight presence than him. So I think that's what makes him better.
In the first game, the one that went 70 minutes, it seemed like neither team wanted to full-on 5v5 fight. Like whoever got a few kills, everyone pulled back. Why didn't the game end earlier?
Like I think we were like pretty close in gold, and like all the teamfights were pretty even. So I think none of us wanted to risk that much. Like, and we just settled like for small trades, because like if we went like full on 5v5, it would have been a much bigger risk, and we weren't sure that we would win the fight.
At one point in the first game, when it got really late, the Mundo had like 5,000 health.
Yeah.
Nuke Duck's Lulu had like over 700 AP. How dangerous were they in the end of that game? Like, were you certain you were going to win with how it was going? Could one fight have turned it?
We were pretty sure that we will beat them late game, because like Lulu's most powerful phase is his mid and early, and like late game he just falls out. Like late game he only has like his Q and E and only his ultimate to like buff someone's HP. Like late game we had Trundle, Kale, and not sure if we had Lucian, I think. Yeah. And like we pretty much outskilled him. Like Kale late game, you saw like even what Alex Siege did like at most of his tournaments. Like he can just one shot anyone. So like we just played the late game and to try and outskill them.
The first one seemed to take so long because you guys couldn't really siege. You had to like try and take a fight. What was the actual plan with your comp? When did you think you were going to win the game? How were you going to win the game?
Actually, we weren't that sure that we were going to win the game. Like every team fight was going like pretty good for both sides. Like we always traded even. Like we always try to find opportunities. Like when they rotate or they overextend, we just try to punish that.
So in the second game, it was like a much more straightforward game.
Yeah.
What happened to NIP there? Why were you more easy to defeat them there?
I think we secured the Elise pick. Like Elise is probably the most, the strongest champion. Like she has a lot of damage. Like she has CC, and like she has a lot of presence on every ganks and every lane. And like I think that made our game much easier, and the Lulu ban.
Before this tournament, in the final, NIP was playing with Amin as their jungler.
Yeah.
This time they used Shaka.
Yeah.
I think Amin's ill or something. Do you think that affected the result at all? Did Shaka seem not as good? What did you think?
Yeah, definitely. It's not that Shaka is worse than Amin. It's just that like their team, like they played with Amin so long, they already developed a synergy, a playstyle revolving around Amin with his ganks. And like with Shaka, it was just like all from scratch. So I think that influenced most of their game.
Everyone says about your team that before you formed this lineup, you were all at the top of solo queue. You were all top 10, top 15.
Yeah.
Is this true? Was everyone super mechanically high skilled?
Yeah, like basically when this team was formed, pretty much Voidal started the search for like every good player. Like, and pretty much the core of the team is like we have very good mechanics, probably one of the best mechanics on every role, and like we were like top 10 or top 15 at some point, all of us in solo queue, so that's pretty much it.
And you personally, a lot of people probably won't have known you until this tournament, until you joined Cloud9. Have you always been trying to become a pro player? Was this your first time you've tried?
Not really. Like I've been trying to get on the scene for like almost 1.5 years. Like I've always played solo queue and I was like always high elo, but I was not getting recognized because like there were like the veterans on the scene, like Soas, Wicked, and pretty much everyone else. They were like pretty much the core of the scene. So it was really hard for me to make a step on the scene, but like this was my opportunity.
When your team joined Cloud9, the hype was like, oh, this is the best European amateur team. Are you guys really a step above? Who's at a similar level? Who's as good, do you think?
I think we are probably one of the best amateur teams. Like I think only NIP raises at our levels, but I'm not saying like the other teams are really bad. I think we're like playing better than them.
Okay. Do you have anyone you want to thank or say hello to at the end of the interview?
Yeah, I want to thank all our fans and our sponsors and everyone who put their trust in us.
Mulțumesc.
Thank you, sir.